Act as if nothing bothers you, the Stoic path to unshakable peace. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to walk through life completely undisturbed by chaos, untouched by criticism, unmoved by drama? Imagine possessing the power to remain calm when everyone around you is losing their minds, to stay centered when the world is spinning out of control. Today, I'm going to reveal the Stoic secrets to achieving this unshakable state, a state where nothing, absolutely nothing, can disturb your inner peace. These aren't just abstract philosophical ideas. They're practical strategies used by some of history's greatest minds. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled Rome yet remained humble and composed. Epictetus, the slave who became one of philosophy's most influential teachers. Seneca, who advised emperors and wrote timeless wisdom. All of them mastered the art of acting as if nothing bothered them, not because they were cold or indifferent, but because they understood something profound about human nature. And today, you're going to learn these same principles. Before we begin, I ask that you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new content. And if you're interested, at the end of this video, access our exclusive material in the pinned comment. Without further delay, let's begin. Principle number 1. Understand what you can and cannot control. This is the foundation, the bedrock of all Stoic philosophy, and yet it's the principle most people struggle with their entire lives. Epictetus said it best: some things are within our control and some things are not. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But living by this principle is one of the most challenging and liberating things you'll ever do. Think about it right now. What's bothering you? Is it someone's opinion of you? Is it the traffic that made you late? Is it the economy, the weather, your past mistakes? Here's the truth that will set you free. 90% of what bothers you is completely outside your control, and you're wasting precious energy trying to control it. What is within your control? Your thoughts, your actions, your responses, your effort, your character. That's it. That's the list. Everything else, the past, the future, other people's behavior, natural events, outcomes, all of it beyond your control. When you truly internalize this, something miraculous happens. The weight lifts, the anxiety fades, you stop fighting battles you can never win. Imagine walking into a situation where someone is being rude to you, you would feel angry, would take it personally, would spend hours replaying the interaction. But the Stoic, you understand something different. Their rudeness is their problem, not yours. You can control how you respond. You can choose grace over anger, understanding over resentment. You can let it roll off you like water off a duck's back. This isn't about being passive or accepting injustice. It's about choosing your battles wisely and not letting things that don't deserve your energy steal your peace. Principle number 2, practice negative visualization. Now, this might sound counterintuitive. Why would thinking about bad things help you feel better? But hear me out. The Stoics regularly practiced what they called negative visualization, the exercise of imagining that the things you value most could be taken away tomorrow. Your health, your job, your relationships, your possessions, even your life. Sounds depressing, doesn't it? But here's why it works. When you regularly contemplate loss, you develop two crucial qualities: appreciation and preparation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in history, would remind himself every morning that he could lose everything, not to be morbid, but to be present, to truly appreciate what he had while he had it. Think about your smartphone when you first got it. It was amazing, you were so grateful. But now you probably take it for granted, complain when it's slow, get upset when the battery dies. But imagine, truly imagine, that you lost it tomorrow. All your photos, your contacts, everything, suddenly you'd appreciate it more, wouldn't you? This is negative visualization in action. It's not about being pessimistic. It's about preventing adaptation, that tendency we have to take good things for granted. When you practice this regularly, minor inconveniences stop bothering you because you're grateful. They're not major catastrophes. Someone cuts you off in traffic instead of rage. You think, at least I wasn't in an accident. At least I have a car. At least I can see and drive. Your coffee is cold. At least you have coffee. At least you can taste. At least you're alive to experience it. This practice doesn't make you negative. It makes you resilient. It makes you grateful. And it makes you virtually unbotherable. Principle number 3. Create space between stimulus and response. Viktor Frankl, though not a Stoic, said something profoundly Stoic. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. This is the secret to acting as if nothing bothers you. It's not that nothing bothers you. It's that you've learned to create space between what happens and how you respond. Most people live their lives on autopilot. Something happens, they react immediately. No thought, no pause, just reaction. Someone insults them, instant anger. They lose something, instant despair. Something goes wrong, instant panic. But the Stoic does something different. They pause, they breathe. They observe their initial reaction. And then they choose, consciously choose, how to respond. This isn't suppression. It's not pretending you don't feel anything. It's acknowledging the feeling, observing it, and then deciding whether it serves you to act on it. Imagine someone says something rude to you. The impulse to snap back is immediate. You feel it rising, but instead of reacting, you pause, you take a breath, you observe the anger. You ask yourself, will responding in anger make this situation better? Will it help me? Will it help them? Will it move me toward the person I want to be? Usually the answer is no. And in that space, in that pause, you find your power. You can choose to respond calmly or not respond at all. You can choose understanding over anger. You can choose peace over being right. This space is where freedom lives. Principle number 4, reframe every obstacle as an opportunity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is one of the most powerful Stoic principles. Every obstacle, every challenge, every setback contains within it the seeds of opportunity. You lose your job, opportunity to find something better, to discover new skills, to reassess your path. Your relationship ends, opportunity to grow, to learn about yourself, to become stronger. You face criticism, opportunity to improve, to develop thicker skin, to clarify your values. This isn't toxic positivity. It's not pretending bad things are good. It's choosing to find what you can learn, what you can gain from every situation. Ryan Holiday, a modern Stoic, tells the story of how every setback in his career became a setup for something better. Every rejection led to a better opportunity. Every failure taught him something crucial. When you adopt this mindset, nothing can truly bother you because everything becomes fuel for growth. Someone tries to upset you. They're giving you an opportunity to practice patience. Traffic makes you late. Opportunity to practice acceptance and to make a better plan. Next time you make a mistake, opportunity to learn and improve. See how this works when you reframe obstacles as opportunities. You remove their power to disturb you. You become truly unbotherable. Principle number 5. Practice voluntary discomfort. The Stoics regularly practice something called voluntary discomfort, deliberately choosing to experience discomfort when they didn't have to. Seneca would sleep on a hard floor, eat simple food, wear plain clothes, not because he couldn't afford better, but to prove to himself that he could handle difficulty, that luxury wasn't necessary for happiness in our modern world. We can practice this too. Take a cold shower, skip a meal occasionally, walk instead of drive, sit in silence without entertainment, sleep without your phone. Why do this? Because when you regularly choose discomfort, involuntary discomfort stops bothering you so much. You develop resilience. You prove to yourself that you can handle difficulty, that comfort isn't necessary for your well-being. Think about it. If you never experience cold, a cool room bothers you. If you eat every time you're hungry, missing a meal seems unbearable. If you're always entertained, boredom becomes intolerable. But when you practice voluntary discomfort, you expand your comfort zone. You become more adaptable, more resilient, and much harder to disturb. Modern life offers many opportunities for this. Try these 1 day a week. Eat only simple food. Take regular cold showers. Practice intermittent fasting exercise. When you don't feel like it, have conversations you've been avoiding. Sit with uncomfortable emotions without distraction. Each time you do this, you're training yourself like an athlete trains their body. You're building mental strength, emotional resilience, and the ability to remain calm when things get uncomfortable. Because here's the truth, life will be uncomfortable. Sometimes that's guaranteed, but your reaction to discomfort, that's entirely within your control. Principle number 6, develop a strong sense of purpose. When you have a clear purpose, a mission that drives you, minor irritations become irrelevant. They're like mosquitoes buzzing around someone climbing a mountain, annoying perhaps, but not enough to stop you. Viktor Frankl survived the Nazi concentration camps by maintaining a sense of purpose. He had a book to write, a wife to find, a message to share. The unimaginable suffering couldn't break him because his purpose was stronger than his circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, despite the weight of empire, the constant political intrigue, the wars, the betrayals, remained focused on his purpose: to be a good man, to rule justly, to live according to virtue. Everything else was just noise. When you have a strong purpose, criticism doesn't devastate you because you know your worth isn't determined by others. Failure doesn't destroy you because you see it as part of the journey. Discomfort doesn't stop you because the goal is worth the struggle. Ask yourself, what is my purpose? What am I here to do? What would I do even if no one ever recognized me? Even if I never got paid? Even if it was difficult? When you find that answer, when you live aligned with it, you'll discover that most things that used to bother you simply don't anymore. They're not important enough to distract you from what matters. Principle number 7, practice the view from above. Marcus Aurelius often practiced what's called the view from above, imagining himself looking down on situations from a great height, seeing them in perspective. Picture yourself rising above your current situation, higher and higher, until you can see your whole city, then your country, then the planet. From this perspective, your problems look different, don't they? That argument you had, that embarrassing moment, that criticism someone gave you from up here, it's barely visible. It's a tiny moment in a tiny place on a tiny planet in an infinite universe. This isn't about minimizing genuine problems. It's about perspective, about seeing things as they really are not, as your emotional mind makes them seem. When you practice this regularly, you develop the ability to see situations clearly without the distortion of emotion and ego. Someone insults you from the view from above. It's just sound waves, vibrating air, carrying information about their state of mind, not about your worth. You make a mistake from above. It's one moment in a life of millions of moments, a learning opportunity, not a catastrophe. You face a challenge from above. It's temporary, it's manageable. It's part of the human experience, shared by billions. Try this today. When something bothers you, imagine rising above it, seeing it from higher and higher until you can see it. In true perspective, you'll find that most things that seemed so important, so disturbing, are actually quite small and temporary. Principle number 8, embrace the dichotomy of control. We touched on this earlier, but it's so important it deserves deeper exploration. The dichotomy of control is the practice of constantly asking, is this within my control? If yes, take action. If no, accept it and let it go. This sounds simple, but most people spend most of their energy trying to control what they cannot control. They try to control other people's opinions, the weather, the past, the future, traffic, the economy, their appearance, aging, other people's choices. It's exhausting, and it's the source of almost all suffering. The Stoic approach is radically different. Identify what you can control your effort, your attitude, your response, your choices, your words, your focus, then pour all your energy into those things, everything else. Practice acceptance, not passive resignation, but active acceptance. The recognition that some things simply are, and fighting them is futile when you live this way. You become powerful because you're no longer wasting energy on battles you cannot win. You're focused, you're effective, and you're unshakable, because nothing outside your control can disturb. Principle number 9, practice daily meditation. Every Stoic philosopher practiced some form of daily reflection or meditation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, his meditations personal reminders to himself about how to live well. Seneca wrote letters reflecting on the day's events and how he could improve. Epictetus taught his students to review each day, examining their actions and their responses. This daily practice serves multiple purposes. It creates awareness of your patterns. It reinforces your principles. It helps you learn from experience. It keeps you aligned with your values. Try this practice each evening. Spend 10 minutes reviewing your day. When did you let something bother you that shouldn't have? Where did you react instead of respond? Where did you waste energy on things outside your control? Where did you do well? Where did you maintain your peace? Where did you respond with wisdom? This isn't about judgment or self-criticism. It's about learning, about becoming more aware, about gradually improving over time. This practice will transform you. You'll catch yourself about to react and you'll pause. Instead, you'll notice when something bothers you and you'll question whether it deserves your energy. You'll become more conscious, more intentional, more in control of your inner state. Principle number 10, remember you will die. Memento mori, remember death. This might seem dark, but it's actually incredibly liberating when you remember that your time is limited, that one day this will all end. Priorities become clear. That person who annoyed you, will they matter when you're on your deathbed? That embarrassing moment, will you remember it in 10 years? That thing you're worried about, is it worth your limited, precious time? The awareness of mortality doesn't make you sad, it makes you alive. It helps you focus on what truly matters. It helps you let go of what doesn't. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, regularly reminded himself that he would die, that his empire would end, that everything is temporary. This didn't depress him. It freed him to focus on being good, on doing his duty, on living with virtue, because that's what would last. That's what mattered. When you remember death, minor irritations become laughable. Why would you waste your limited time being bothered by traffic, by criticism, by inconvenience? You have maybe 80 years, if you're lucky, many fewer days than you think. Will you spend them being disturbed by things that don't matter? Or will you spend them in peace, in purpose, in presence? The choice is entirely yours. We've reached the end of this journey together, and I sincerely hope these Stoic principles have given you a new perspective on what it means to act as if nothing bothers you. Remember, this isn't about being cold or uncaring or disconnected. It's about being wise, about focusing your energy on what you can control, about maintaining your peace, regardless of circumstances. It's about freedom, true freedom, the kind that no one can take from you. The Stoics knew something profound, that our peace is not determined by what happens to us, but by how we respond to what happens. And our response is always within our control. So tomorrow, when something happens that would normally bother you, pause, breathe. Remember these principles. Ask yourself, is this within my control? Will this matter in 5 years? Am I choosing my response or just reacting? Is this worth my limited time? And then choose peace, choose wisdom, choose to act as if nothing bothers you, because when you do, you'll discover that nothing really does. If this video helped you, leave a comment below with the phrase, "I am unbothered and at peace," so I know you've watched till the end and absorbed these powerful lessons. Thank you for being here. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, stay stoic.